Our guest today is author, real estate agent, and podcaster, host of the Self-Starter Show, Steve Clair.
Okay. While this is all going on, I'm on Amazon every 2-3 months checking to see if the Michael Jordan GOAT book has been created. I'm like, this idea that I have of Michael Jordan as a GOAT has to exist.
Right.
Somebody has to come up with it. It's too good of an idea. He is the GOAT.
Fair.
Jordan is the absolute GOAT. And in the world we live in, we have a lot of LeBron fans.
Yes.
And like, it gets very tiring. I don't want to argue with these people. It's like arguing with a brick wall.
Yeah.
The week that my son was born August 1st, 2022.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I closed the biggest deal of my life, which was a $9.5 million carriage house, and closed the biggest commercial deal of my life, which was this Boris and Horton deal.
Wow.
But I got them 16 free months. So the first half of the paycheck came at lease signing, and the next one wasn't set to come for 16 months.
Wow.
So that's commercial real estate.
APTHCRY on the wave. Shoes off, pause, yeah, let's get it. Shoes off, but the vibes stay loud. APTHCRY heat, yeah, I'm flexing in the crowd. Socks on the scene, that's a subtle little flex. Talking drip in the pod, yeah, we setting the next. Mic on fire, we vibing with the crew.
Check out upcoming episodes of the Shoes Off podcast early and also exclusive content by joining The Vault. Episodes like this one with Mo, where we talk about our best sneaker pickups of all time and some of the craziest sneakers we've ever owned, are only available through The Vault. So if you want to check out exclusive and early content like this, make sure to scan the QR code at the top of the screen or click the link in the show notes below. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Shoes Off podcast. Our guest today is author, real estate agent, and podcaster, host of the Self-Starter Show, Steve Clair.
This guy.
Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. Whatever could bring me to Philly.
Well, after this, if you're trying to get cheesesteaks, I got you. We'll take some good cheesesteaks.
What's the go-to?
There's one really close by called Del Sandro's.
Del Sandro's.
But is it the type of thing like in New York, people always say like the best pizza, which I think is BS, because to have the best pizza in New York is it's bias.
Yes.
It's all bias.
Same exact
like,
thing.
If you're in New York, you're going to get great pizza at probably 20, 30 different places, and someone might have a connection to a certain pizza place. That's the same thing in Philly. You're going to get a great cheesesteak no matter what.
Same exact thing. Yeah.
Every corner store sells cheesesteaks.
Yes.
You can get them anywhere.
But they're good.
They're good. Yeah, they're good
good.
everywhere. There's better than others, but
Exactly.
they're all good.
Yeah. But Del Sandro's is close, and it's very good. It's one of the best.
And there's usually like a small line.
yeah.
So it's
Cash only.
If there's a line and it's cash only, like,
You know it's
sign me up.
Exactly. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for taking the trip down. I appreciate it.
Of course. Before we even dive into it,
Okay.
can I give you guys gifts?
I think I mean, they are next to my feet, so I can help grab them up for you.
Awesome.
There we go.
That's for Oz.
Very nice.
And these, Derry, that's for you.
Go.
oh, you got some plushies.
So
Go.
these are just released today. The MJ GOAT stuffies.
Let's
That's
go.
awesome.
That's sick.
We got the 96 and the 84.
Very nice.
You guys can pick who gets what.
Oh my gosh. You have a preference?
You pick. I'll get the other.
I'm gonna
They're
pick.
both
Well,
cool.
we got the OGs, and then we have the Jordans, or the 11s.
Oh man, that is tough. I really like the jersey on the
So you
on
want that one?
I think I'll go with this
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Oh, this is fire. They're so sick. This is dope, man.
Thank you.
Where can they get?
It's
Yeah.
been a labor of love. These right now are at our website,
Okay.
the GOATseries.kids.
Dope.
We're only doing a limited run of the stuffies, so we might just be
Sick.
selling them at the GOATseries.kids and not putting them on Amazon.
Okay.
Whereas the books, which we'll get into, and these just came in yesterday.
I was looking at your post about these because I'm thinking about getting this for my daughter. This is sick. Well, now I don't have to get it for my daughter.
Now
It's
you
right
have
here.
it for your daughter.
Thank you so much. This is sick.
What's
Do
the
you mind if
back?
I open it?
Yeah, dude,
Let's go for it.
that's for you.
Let's see if I can get this one there. There we go.
So funny enough, it's creating all these, and especially like designing the packaging with my package designer.
Mhm.
I totally forgot about how dope the packaging was, and then when they came in and I opened the box yesterday, I was like, "Whoa!" It's like really cool to see it in person.
This is awesome.
Are these
man.
out
Oh
yet?
my gosh.
These just came in yesterday.
Okay, so not yet.
Not out yet.
Oh
So
my
still need to
gosh.
do photos, get them up on the site,
Mm-hmm.
get everything to Amazon, the Amazon fulfillment warehouse, and
Mhm.
these will be probably launching by the end of next week.
These are fire. This is so cool. I'm so excited
How
for
did
this.
you? I mean, just to jump right in, I'm curious. How did you start? Like, why kids books?
Which
Why-
is the question we should dive into first?
I guess why?
I'm like looking at your eyes.
Yeah.
You're like, this is so dope.
Why?
Well, Why kids books? Well, first, open the
Check out
boxes,
the books.
and that'll more so explain the why.
There we
This
go.
packaging's crazy.
This packaging is crazy. The GOAT series. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I love this, Seth. For your future GOAT, isn't fatherhood the greatest thing ever? Do what makes you happy, Steve. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. This,
G.
dude, it absolutely is the greatest thing ever. Like, I didn't understand how great it was until it happened, and now that it's happened, it's the best thing in the world. It literally is the best thing in
And
the
it only gets better.
Bro, I
It
probably shouldn't say this
only
on the
gets
podcast,
better.
but like, this morning you say that, and I know it's true, but like, I was snuggling with my daughter this morning, and we were like kind of dancing to like a Disney song, and I was thinking like, in like 18 years, it's gonna be her, or I guess now it's less than that. It's gonna be her wedding, and then I'm gonna have to give her away. And I'm like, I don't want this to be over. Like, I can't, like, I'm afraid of like the next year when she gets even bigger, because I'm looking at pictures of her from last year, and she doesn't have hair, and now she has hair. And I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough for them getting older, or for me, for them getting older.
Yep. And think about it. In 6 months from now, she's going to start talking to you more
yeah.
and having more conversation.
Yeah.
And then 6 months after that, she's going to be like coming up with her own thoughts and asking you questions. I'm telling you, it only gets better.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you're telling me that, because genuinely, it's hard for me to think that, because this is the best. So I don't know how it gets better, but hopefully, I hope that it does. I trust you. I trust you. Very nice. Very nice. It's just not to get back into this again, but it's just like, I was really thinking about it this morning. It's like every stage, I guess this is the best way to put it. Every stage I feel like is the best stage. And then the next stage happens where now, like you said, like she's walking around, she's talking a lot, but she's not really saying words. She'll say things like, what's that? But it's like, it's a very baby way of like, you only really know what she's saying if you know how she sounds. And she's talking constantly, just like in my face, just going, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," and it's the best. And I can't imagine how it gets better. But then, for example, like 6 months ago, like you said, like there was a stage where she started to walk and she started to like go da da. And I was like, yo, this is the best ever. And now I think I like this stage even better. So I understand what you're saying. It's hard for me to grasp, but I do understand it. I'm very excited for those stages.
Yep. And you're going to be looking at videos from now
Mm-hmm.
in a year from now and be like, whoa, we thought that was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
We thought that was cool. And it only gets better, because
Right.
like soon she's going to be calling you her best friend.
I can't wait for
And
that.
like
That's great.
those words are going to be coming out of her mouth.
That's awesome. I will say my dad texted me, because I told him she was talking a lot. He texted me. He's like, yeah, it never stops. Like, they're just gonna keep talking more and more and more. And I'm like, dude, I was your only child. Like, you're talking about me. You're saying I talk too much. Is what you're saying. But okay, let me get back into the book.
How old are your kids?
I have a 3-year-old,
Very cool.
Seymour, and then my daughter Delilah is 7 months.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you. And Seymour was a big catalyst as to why I created the book series.
Okay.
Should I just dive into the
Yeah,
why?
Yeah.
tell us
All right.
tell us about what the book series is first, and then why you got into it.
So the GOAT series are biographies of the greatest athletes of all time, and the main character in every book is a GOAT in a world of humans.
That's awesome.
So
Okay.
this is the GOAT series, aka the GOAT Academy, and you'll see you open up every book, and we have the GOAT Academy, where all the goats,
Love that.
where all the goats live, and
that.
these are all biographies of the greatest athletes. We have Jordan, Serena, Brady, and Messi. Tiger, Gretzky, and Babe Ruth are coming out
Nice.
in a couple months.
Nice.
Those are just finishing production.
Okay.
And then the bath books came out.
That's
The
so
bath books
cool.
we just got in yesterday. Stuffies just came online. We just started selling them today,
Sick.
and it's been a labor of love.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna have to put the Jordan one back on our bookshelf. We've got a new bookshelf behind you. This is the bookshelf for all of the books written by people who have been on our podcast, who have come into our studio and joined us. So I really appreciate you being
The
here.
art is
So-
really dope.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it was all a process. So like when I came up with the idea for this well over almost a decade ago, the original idea was to do children's books about the greatest sporting events of all time.
Okay.
All right. So think like the Patriots Falcons Super Bowl,
Yep.
and it's a children's book about that game.
That's awesome.
But Brady is a GOAT in a world of humans, and it's a book about that game.
That's awesome.
Fast forward to 3 years ago, my son is born,
Mhm.
and I love reading biographies. So I get all of these biography books. I got Sarah Blakely,
Nice.
Steve Jobs, Kobe. I got about 10 of these books. Muhammad Ali. They were all shit. They all felt like a cash grab. They all had no flow. The illustrations were bad, and it just they all really felt like cash grabs. And I was like, there's got to be a better way for this, because biographies for kids, there's so many of them. There's like 3 or 4 other big players in the space, and none of them were putting out anything good.
Right.
And then a light bulb went off, and I took my GOAT series idea, where it's the game, and like, what if I did biographies? And that's where the idea came from. Fast forward to almost 2 years later, and I actually had been working on building a restaurant with a couple friends, and it got to the point where I was like, you know what? This isn't for us. We've been working on this for 3 years, and I had an inflection moment where it's like, what have I done in the last 15, 20 years of my life that has me opening a restaurant right now? Like, the answer is nothing, but it was an opportunity. My friends who I was opening with, they had been in the restaurant business for almost their entire lives. Their families been doing it since the 70s. But what was I doing there? It didn't make sense. It just felt like an opportunity. And so I pulled out, and I felt like I got taller. I had a weight taken off my shoulders with not having to deal with the restaurant stuff. I was like, and let me rewind. While this is all going on, I'm on Amazon every 2-3 months checking to see if the Michael Jordan GOAT book has been created. I'm like, this idea that I have of Michael Jordan as a GOAT has to exist.
Right.
Somebody has to come up with it. It's too good of an idea, especially with how prevalent the term GOAT has become, and more and more and more. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to write this. So I wrote the Jordan book. And then I started seeking out an illustrator, and I started talking to illustrators, and I realized I don't need an illustrator. I need an art director, because an illustrator can draw. Same thing if you're going to build a house. You don't need a mill worker. You don't need a plumber. You need a GC who's going to handle everybody. So what I needed was an art director that was going to handle the illustration, the formatting, and everything that goes with it, that goes in that bucket. So I started interviewing different art directors, and I landed with the team of Folks and Fables, which are fantastic. They were great to deal with. It took about 5 months to do the Jordan book.
I bet. Yeah.
And then once we had the framework for the Jordan book and it was done, we did Brady, Messi, and Serena in the next like month.
Because you already had, like you said, the framework. You already had the art style. You already had generally layouts, things like okay.
Right. So all of that, and getting just the flow of which I want it to be. And for me, looking at how my writing is, each book got better. And like, I'm excited for the Gretzky, the Babe, and the Tiger book to come out. I think the Gretzky and the Tiger books are by far better than what's come out already. Just because from reading these books hundreds, if not thousands of times, like my kid used to, while it was just PDFs on my computer, think of little 18, 24-month child. I want to see the goats. I want to see, and putting them up on my lap, opening up my laptop and going to the Miro board and like zooming in on the Miro board and just like reading these PDFs like to him, and then scrolling over and reading the next book just as a PDF. And then so seeing it come to life was super special.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I love that. Do you have a favorite GOAT?
Yeah, Jordan.
Jordan, okay.
Oh, hands down. Hands down. And like,
so you had to do his first.
Oh, he is the GOAT.
Fair.
Jordan is the absolute GOAT. But obviously the world we live in, so I launched a Fanatics Fest. And in the world we live in, we have a lot of LeBron fans.
Yes.
And nobody's arguing Brady, nobody's arguing Serena, but you have these LeBron fans who, and like, it gets very tiring. And I just because of the position I'm in of being the author and writing a biography for kids about Jordan being the GOAT, you have these LeBron fans who want to come and like tell me why LeBron's the GOAT. I don't want to argue with these people. It's like arguing with a brick wall.
Yeah.
Because the things that they're saying literally don't make sense. And it's like, then when you say something like, well, LeBron lost more championships than he won.
Right.
It's like it goes in one ear and out the other. And like, well, he has the most points ever.
He played for 23 years.
He's also been playing for over 2 decades. That's
it's the only argument I need, Sean.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we have like the Ronaldo fans who will
Yes.
come and like argue the Ronaldo versus Messi. And like, listen,
course.
I'll take it. I don't know enough about soccer. Like, been playing soccer since
Right.
I was probably 2-3 years old. But I do know, and we go back to Jordan and Brady. I do know what awards look like.
Yes.
And like when being the most decorated and the best for X amount of time, it usually puts you in the GOAT category.
Right.
And that's where, you know, Messi has like that leg up. Also, all the books have a common theme. All of these athletes have common themes. Serena was told that she didn't belong. She became a professional when she was 14. She did not belong in professional tennis. She was a black girl growing up in Compton. What are you doing here? This is tennis. And she proved them wrong.
Amazing.
Brady, 7th string in Michigan,
Yeah.
199th overall, was an afterthought. And now look at him.
Yeah.
Messi had problems growing as a child. He was always everywhere, the smallest kid on the field. But he worked hard, and he kept at it, and he worked harder than everybody. Kept at it, and kept at it, and he kept at it, and he became the fastest and the best. And we all know Jordan getting cut, works hard. And he's just got that dog. Jordan just got that dog. Like LeBron doesn't have that dog. Jordan's mindset coach,
Okay.
Tim Grover.
Okay. He has a mindset coach.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Tim Grover was Jordan's coach.
Okay.
In his book, he talks smack on LeBron. Just basically saying,
Really?
like, if you're 17 years old and they're calling you the king,
Yes.
what do you can't work hard.
Yes.
You don't have to work hard, and he doesn't. Tim Grover also coached Barkley,
Wow. Okay.
Dwayne Wade,
Wow.
some like serious
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Barkley unfortunately never got that ring. He should have gotten with Sixers, but
Do,
he
do
never
you
got
think
it.
there's room for multiple GOATs in this world of humans per sport, or is it just one?
Absolutely. This is the start. We have the plan is to come out with a book for each sport to begin with. And then the 10-year plan is to grow throughout every sport and for every team.
So LeBron might be coming.
LeBron will be coming.
Kobe.
We were actually going to go into production for LeBron, Steph, and Kobe
Dope.
for
Dope.
the holiday season. But once we launched June 20th at Fanatics, and once launching with the first 4 books and then having 3 more coming out, it's a lot. And
Yeah.
you guys could speak on having a lot of SKUs. Like having SKUs, but for books is excessive, especially when you're first launching. So we put that on the back burner, but those 3 books. So the plan was for the holiday season to have Jordan, Kobe, Steph, and LeBron.
Cool.
But we pulled it back, still plans for the future. And the 10-year plan is to have GOAT books for every team around
That
the
makes
country.
sense.
So whether you are a 76ers fan,
Yeah.
whether
The
you are
Iverson
a
book.
Toronto Maple Leafs fan, a Seattle Seahawks fan,
Yep.
a Los Angeles Chargers fan, wherever
Your
you
Justin
wanna-
Herbert book.
every team,
People love Justin Herbert. I've done that.
every team has GOATs. But I don't even know. He wouldn't even make the GOAT list.
No, he would not.
He wouldn't make the GOAT list.
He wouldn't. I mean, he hasn't made a.
I mean,
he hasn't won a playoff game.
I could pull it up. I have a spread. I have a spreadsheet on my phone.
Oh, so you're tracking all
Oh.
the goats for all the different.
I have a
Gotcha.
spreadsheet on my phone. The 4 major sports in the U.S. I got 5 GOATs for every single team.
What would you say is the most surprising goat that you found? Like the player that you didn't realize would be has as many accolades or as many
No,
like.
you got like teams in the NFL. Like let's say like the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints. Morton Anderson's a kicker, but he falls into the GOAT category.
Right.
Baltimore Ravens, like Justin Tucker, like recency bias. We know all about how great Justin Tucker is. But
Yeah.
to think like a kicker is on like the all-time GOAT list, he is.
Yeah.
Going through these lists, obviously, like any barbershop conversation, there's going to be debate. And the GOAT list, like, listen, I narrowed it down to 5. I could have gone to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
But like narrowing it down to 5, for every team, the first like 3, even 4 are not questionable. But then when you get to 5, it's like it depends who you're asking. Now
Yeah.
you got teams like the Celtics,
Yeah.
the Lakers, the Yankees.
Yep.
These are teams that you can go up to 10.
Yep.
And in the future, when talking about growing this as a business, it will.
Right.
So my
That
plan
makes
is to
sense.
have every team has their 5 GOAT books.
Mm-hmm.
Can you leak some of this information? I'm curious of your Sixers 5.
I'll pull it up.
Let's go. I mean, obviously AI's on there. Charles Barkley's probably on there. Moses Malone, Julius Erving.
Well, let's see what he says.
Here we go. So 76ers, who are the 5?
AI,
Yep.
Moses Malone,
Yep.
Charles Barkley.
Not on there.
He didn't have his best.
Oh, no,
one?
no. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Julius Erving.
Yep. And number 5.
Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. Oh my gosh.
No, if you're forgetting, then it's not him.
Who is it then?
Embiid.
You put Embiid on there?
I have Embiid on there.
I love Embiid, but
I don't know.
That's a tough
Embiid.
one.
I have Embiid on there.
I do. As soon as he makes it past the second round, I'm a huge Sixers fan. I love the Sixers. I love Embiid. But as soon as he makes it past the second round, as soon as he makes it to the finals, I think he could be a good. He is amazing. And the year after he won MVP before he got injured last year, the beginning of that season was a season for the history books until he got injured. But no, he definitely has the potential. I just think he needs to get the accolades.
What's the furthest that he's brought the Sixers?
The second round.
Never got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Crazy.
I know. I was at 2 years ago or 3 years ago when they played the Celtics. They looked like they were going to close out. It was Embiid and Harden, and both of them disappeared in Game 6 because it was the Sixers were up 3-2. Then we lost to the Celtics at home. The game that I was at, I paid way too much money for these stupid tickets, thinking we are going to close out and make it for the first time with Embiid. We didn't, and then the Celtics obviously won.
And what about the Kawhi shot?
That was the worst thing in the world.
That's
Just watching that thing bounce, dude. Like
that might be the craziest, one of the craziest.
Yeah.
To say like the craziest shot in NBA history, that's up there.
Yep.
That's up there.
It
That
was
was a
awful.
Game 7.
We would have won the.
That was a Game 7 at the buzzer while falling off.
No, because the Warriors were so injured. Kevin Durant was out, like his Achilles, or what was it? Whatever muscle that was. Went,
Yeah, it was
like,
Achilles.
yeah, it was
I remember
awful.
watching it pop.
Oh, it was the worst. And it was like we could have so easily, like the Bucks weren't that serious, and then the Warriors we could have destroyed. We would have won that year if it wasn't for that situation. And then Kawhi wouldn't be in all this trouble he's in with the Clippers because he would probably stay with the Raptors. I don't know, the whole big thing. But
Probably.
yeah. But it is what it is, man. And the worst part was I was working with New Balance a lot at the time, and like the next day they called me and they're like, "We're dropping this new colorway called the 4-bounce colorway for the Kawhis. Are you down to do a video?" And I'm like, "I mean, it's still fresh. Feels like you're rubbing salt in the wound, but fine, let's do it."
Definitely was rubbing salt in the
It
wound.
was. It absolutely was. But it is what it is. Are you a Knicks fan?
I am a Knicks. I'm a Knicks season ticket holder.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So you got them when they were cheap, probably. And then,
Yeah, I wouldn't call them cheap ever.
No. Yeah. That's true.
But
That's true.
here's the thing: I wouldn't call it cheap. They've definitely gone up, and they can't raise the ticket price on you if the Knicks aren't going to the playoffs. So now they've gone to the playoffs the last 2-3 years.
They keep bumping it up.
They keep bumping it up, but end of the day, I'm still able to sell them at
Right.
whatever X return, and then playoffs come and forget about it. Like I'm able to make a few grand in the playoffs
sure.
while also going to a couple games.
That's amazing. How do you feel about the Knicks this year?
Great.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
they're
it's
looking good.
And like, listen, I don't want to sound like a. I was gonna say I don't want to sound like a Jets fan or like a Bears fan who every year they're like, it's our year. Like, you're the notoriously worst teams ever.
Yes.
But what we did to improve the bench is crazy.
That's
Yabusele,
Mm-hmm. I know. He used to be ours.
big Yabusele guy,
Yeah, I was
big
too.
Jordan Clarkson guy. Like, I'm an
One of the
fan.
only Filipinos in the NBA.
Jordan Clarkson.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Big Jordan Clarkson guy. The Jazz are my West Coast team. So the 10:30 start with the 10:30 start games, like,
Right.
Because Lauri Markkanen is my favorite player in the NBA.
I was gonna say, why are you a Jazz fan? But that makes sense.
Yeah.
But he got drafted by the Bulls, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so were you a Bulls fan for a bit?
Just being a Jordan fan, I do also like the Bulls.
Fair,
I
fair,
think
fair.
I've been to Bulls Knicks every year for the last 15 years.
Fair.
But I went to Arizona.
Nice.
So Arizona, that's why I am a Markkanen fan.
Gotcha.
Going to the Bulls, maybe that much happier.
Mm-hmm.
Would I love Markkanen? I would love nothing more
That would be crazy.
for Markkanen to be a Knick.
You wouldn't love, because I keep seeing rumors of Giannis going to the Knicks, possibly. Would you rather have Giannis than Markkanen?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say yes.
Yeah.
As a fan,
Right.
if this was like fantasy basketball and like it's just,
Right.
but like I won a championship and you have a better chance in the championship with Giannis.
True.
But I would love a Lauri Markkanen Knicks jersey.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. I mean, the Knicks are good, man. The Knicks are, I hate to say it, but the Knicks are good. They're probably the best team in the East at the moment because everyone else is like injured or just the Sixers. So
So to piggyback on that, I'd love to talk about APTHCRY.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. What are do you guys have any licensing plans for the future, or what are you guys doing like brand partnership wise?
We are very open to things. Actually, while we had this conversation, and this is obviously like very, very ethereal because we're just talking about this now. But I mean, shoot, a kid sock with like friggin' goats on it, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That
So
would be
like you
sick.
see so we have like a logo made kind of with the goat, but it
Love
says
it.
future. So future goat.
That's dope.
And we're gonna make baby onesies.
That's sick.
Baby onesies that just say future goat on them.
Mm-hmm.
I have like I don't know 150 baby onesies ready to get printed
awesome.
on.
That's awesome.
And was going to do that for Fanatics Fest
Mm-hmm.
and just have them as giveaways, but by the time it was going to get to the printer and the timing and then everything just didn't work out.
Right.
And one thing that I've learned, whether it's from podcasting or creating businesses, it's don't rush. Because if you rush stuff's going to fall through the cracks. Quality's not going
Totally.
to be good,
Mhm.
which I'm sure you could attest to.
Yep.
And if you can't like do tests, especially if you're going to do something in bulk, like just chill. Less
Yep.
is more.
Completely agree. Completely agree.
Yeah, we have infant like grip socks and then kid socks as well. But just to answer your question about licensing, we don't have any licenses now, but that's something we're looking at.
We have future ones,
Yeah.
but not anything currently on sale. Yeah. Yeah.
Already in the works.
Already in the works for certain.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh,
yeah.
yep.
That'll make sense eventually.
Oh, I thought that was like, I don't know what you're talking about with a wink.
No, I don't.
You
But now
re-
I do. I
yeah,
know.
okay, yeah.
His thing helped me.
Let's just say it's a famous, like, let's just say that there is a,
I think you can say it.
oh, okay, it's Godzilla.
Oh, dope.
Godzilla. Yeah, but it's through SneakerCon, so it's technically a 3-way collab license thing.
They
But yeah,
acquired the license and they're
yes.
just
Ah,
giving it to
Yes,
us.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
SneakerCon has
The
a
Godzilla license.
Godzilla license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a really interesting, it's an interesting combo, but they did a, I guess it was a sneaker with Nikki Diamonds that also had, or a shoe, I guess it was a slide, that had Godzilla all over it, and then the whole theme of the event was Godzilla. Yeah, it was
It
cool.
was the LA one, and I think
Yeah.
the DC will also be Godzilla.
Yeah. But tell me some more about, so we've learned about the plan with this.
I have a question
Oh,
about
yeah.
the goats. Are you only going to stay in sports? Because I know you mentioned like the biographies that you bought, Steve Jobs, so on and so forth.
I'm happy you said that. So I also have a spreadsheet that I started with like the GOAT creators.
That's
so like
awesome.
when actually the first illustrator that I did a test run with, I had him do Casey Neistat.
Nice.
So I
Nice.
sent him like half of my I sent him like my Casey Neistat idea,
Mhm.
and he created a couple pages for me of like Casey as a goat, and it's pretty awesome.
That's
with like
awesome.
the glasses, with like the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
messed up.
Oh
the-
my gosh.
He sent me like a sketch of like Casey on a skateboard with the messed up glasses, with his brother in the background recording him.
That's awesome.
It was like very perfect.
Mhm.
So yes, I would love that. So like I'm looking at like the GOAT creators.
Mhm.
So like we do like
PewDiePie. Or is he in there? PewDiePie? I guess, or maybe Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
Yep.
So it's Mr. Beast, Casey, being a Sirhan employee. I had Ryan Sirhan on the list.
Of course, you got to.
I think I have Gary V on the list.
Of course, makes sense.
And Emma Chamberlain.
Oh yeah, she's dope.
And
Yeah,
Emma
yeah.
Chamberlain.
She's awesome.
Because to only do males is like very wrong.
Mhm.
And like, because you got to shed light on, the female creators or even the female goats.
Mhm.
So like, it was important for me, like, not even to say Serena was like forced. Serena is undoubtedly the goat.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and also like from writing these books and doing the research to write these books, I learned so much about these people and like find out that like how much they are the goats and just how they are like superheroes amongst their peers. Like looking at Wayne Gretzky's accolades, Michael Jordan, Serena, Brady, Messi, the stuff that they do, Tiger,
Yes.
Babe. When Babe Ruth switched from pitcher to left field, now mind you, it was a different ball, it was a different era, but like batters were hitting 5 or 6 home runs a season.
Yeah.
The best. 6 home runs an entire season. He went to left field and hit 29 home runs in the next season. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Gretzky, you go Google the most assists in a season, The first 11 are Gretzky. 12, I think, is Mark Messier. And then 13, 14, 15 are Gretzky again. It's crazy.
That's wild.
And that's just assists. And then you look at him on the all-time goals list. It's crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so tell me about. So you bring up Ryan Serhant. Tell me a bit about your other career that you've got going on in addition to this. Tell me about the real estate world. How'd you get into that?
Awesome. So I got into real estate because I graduated college in December 2008. And you remember what happened in December 2008. Before that, I'd been in event planning for quite some time. And any company that I was talking to, they were firing, not hiring. Like, events weren't going on after everything happened in 2008, the recession. So I graduated from college in December, and I moved back to New York, and I'm unemployed for probably like 4 or 5 months, living in my girlfriend's house at the time, girlfriend's apartment at the time. And my buddy, Gonzalo, had been working in real estate for a few years at this point. He's like, come and I'll train you. I'm like, sure. It's not that I'm not doing anything. Why not? But I saw it as a career opportunity.
Right.
So I'm now out of the apartment at 9, back at 8, and I'm previewing apartments all across the city. And I was doing a lot of like the BS work, but that's what you do. You start at the bottom. And I don't know if I saw it as like the end all be all, like I'm going to be doing this for a while, or maybe I'll do this for now until I find like a sales role or a marketing role or something that fits me more. But stuck with it for a year, and then another year, and then year 4, I brought on a rental portfolio.
Nice.
So now I have 50 to 60 units that I'm running leasing for.
Okay.
And on top of that, now in this business, everything snowballs. At this point, now my Rolodex is growing. Now, people that are graduating are coming in, and I'm a millennial, and so now I'm working with all the people that are coming out of college. A lot of it was just rentals for the first, 6 years or so.
And does it snowball because of the people you know, and then they tell people, and then they tell people?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like in rentals, people are usually moving out. If not the next year, then the next year after that. And everybody's got friends. And in this business, like in most businesses in the sales world, it's all about relationships. And if you are a guy that's not just a broker, but also a friend, someone that they could relate to, they want to work with people who they can relate to. And that's where I got a lot of my business. And even to this day, a couple weeks ago, I did an audit of my business, and 90% of it is incoming referrals and just within my circle. So back in 2009, started in real estate, and it just kept on snowballing until business grew. I was at a company called Level Group for 11 and a half years.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's a company where you do everything on your own. There's really no back end. So by doing that, you learn everything. I was handling marketing.
Gotcha.
I was handling outreach. I was handling all incoming listing stuff. There was no help for anything, no admin work.
What do they provide, like for you?
So they don't provide much. You have a website, that's it. But you get to keep most of your commission.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
On a sale, let's call on $1 million sale, on a 3% commission, it's $30,000.
Yeah.
At Level Group, you give $1,000 to the house. So you're walking away with $29,000.
Wow.
At these other firms, it's a 50-50, 60-40 split.
Right.
Some 70-30.
70-30 being the business gets the 70 and you get 30?
No, you get 70.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's depending on how much money you brought in the previous year.
Gotcha.
So they call it GCI, your gross commission income. So if your GCI is at X amount, you're at a 70-30. If it's at Y amount, you're at 60-40 and then 50-50. So you start out at 50-50. So being at Level Group, where I'm doing everything on my own, still on $1 million sale, I'm walking away with $29,000 versus a lot less.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So by being at Level Group, I learned to do everything, and it's having not having any hands in the pot where I have to worry about anything. But I didn't feel like I was growing at all.
Right.
And I was also at a smaller company, and then I lost one listing to an agent at Compass, and then 6 weeks later, I lost a $2.8 million listing in my own building to an agent at Compass, where the owner told me, we're looking forward to listing with you. Didn't hear from them for like 2 days. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like,
Right.
Steve, we thought about it. We want to be with the bigger company.
Wow.
Big kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
And at that point, I reached back out to the Compass recruiter who had reached out to me prior.
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward 3 months after that, I went over to Compass. Was there for 2 months, 2 years, a little over 2 years. And it was good. It was like a very me company. All the branding is very Compass.
Right.
And they want you to promote Compass. It's not very like, there's not very
Personal brand.
personal branding. They don't want you to, they're not very big on promoting your personal brand. And it was also like a very tech-based company, which as people in the content world, my business was very media-based and not very tech-based. Tech was fantastic. But that's not how I was growing my business. I was growing my business through media.
Right.
And my social media brings me clients. And I enjoyed social media.
Right.
I enjoyed making content. So when Serhant reached out, like, hey, we would love to bring you in. When I met with them, I knew right off the bat, as long as this meeting goes well, like I'm jumping ship in 2 seconds.
Because
Right.
it's media first.
Yeah. And working under Ryan Serhant is probably I'll say the pinnacle of where I would want to be in my career, because Ryan is the GOAT when it comes to content.
Totally.
And Ryan's the GOAT when it comes especially to real estate content and growing your business, and just as a seller, as a salesman.
I mean, you can tell he knows what he's. I mean, I watched the show on the recent one that came out on Netflix, showing like the whole thing, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I never would have thought that I'd be interested so much in like the behind the scenes of real estate, but the fact that he's even got a show about that, I'm sure brings in tons. Like, the only company I know in New York is Serhant because of the show. So if I was to go and buy like, I was buying a $20 million property, I'd probably think, oh, well, Serhant sells tons of properties. I've seen it on the show. Like, it just makes so much sense to do media.
Right. And we call it the Serhant effect.
Gotcha.
And it's not just trying to buy a $20 million home. But what if you're trying to sell your $800,000 home?
Right.
And you live in Rhode Island, which we're now based in Rhode Island.
Oh, wow.
Or Carolinas or Florida or Georgia or Connecticut. We're now in 13 different states, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And the Serhant effect is real. And being at a company like that speaks volumes. So Serhant reaches out. I go in there and I tell them, I'm like, I need like 3 weeks. Why? Well, I got a podcast. And Robert Refkin is set to be on my podcast in 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Right.
So once he's on the podcast, I'm out. Because if I leave, I can't get a CEO from this company on my podcast.
Yeah.
So fast forward to 3 weeks or 3 weeks later, I'm about to have Robert on my podcast, Robert Refkin on my podcast on Friday. Thursday, I go into Serhant for onboarding. And I'm sitting across the table just like this. And they're going through all the onboarding. This is Ryan Coyne, the the CTO. Ryan Coyne, the CTO, is doing all the onboarding. And he gets to the page where it's, oh, this is the PR. If you need them, just email PR it. I'm like, is there someone from there like in the building right now that I could talk to? No, just email them. They'll get back to you. I'm like, I got to talk to someone from PR today. Why? So I got a podcast. It's a self-starter show, and I am having Robert Refkin on the show tomorrow, and I'm going to tell him live while we're shooting that I'm leaving.
Wow.
And I'm going to bake it in as part of the conversation as to like, how are you handling retention, and are your agents happy or unhappy? And then the mic drop, well, I'm leaving. And he goes, hold on. Sales manager walks in, who is Paul Bologna, who was my sales manager over 10 years ago at another firm. And he goes, tell him what you just told me. I'm like, well, I'm having Robert Refkin on my podcast. And he goes, Paul, you're going to tell him you're leaving, aren't you? Just because he knows me.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, yeah, just email. I think her name might be Christy. Email Christy right now. So I email Christy, and a few hours go by, and I get a call that night, and it's Christy, and we're on the phone for 20 minutes. And she's trying to tell me, like, Steve, don't do this.
Like, don't leave or don't say that on the podcast.
Don't say that.
Okay.
Don't say that.
Right.
It's bad PR. I'm like, Christy, all due respect. You get me a article, a social media post that Steve Clair, the millennial broker, is leaving Compass to go to Sirhan. That's like page 6.
Yeah.
Page 7. I want the fold.
Wow.
I want the fold. So I hang up. I tell her I'll think about it. I hang up. About 30 minutes go by. My phone rings. Hello? And it's on speaker. Steve, it's Ryan. And my wife whips her head back. She goes, is that Ryan Sirhan? Is that Ryan Sirhan? I was like, hey, what's up, Ryan? Steve, I love the thought, but you can't do this. Here's why. And he's like, listen, the climate that we're in right now, I love the term the climate. The climate that we're in right now, it's just not the time or place to attack like this.
Right.
And there's no world, no matter how you say it or what your intention is, that it doesn't come off as an attack.
Right.
If
right.
this was 4-5 years ago, awesome. I'd be behind you, cheering you on.
Right.
But you can't do this. And do the conversation any other way you want. Just don't let him know that you're leaving on the show.
Right.
It's wrong. You're going to come to Sirhan tomorrow, and then we're going to do a lot of content together. It's going to be great. I'll be the next guest on your podcast.
Wow.
And I just need you to not tell Robert Refkin that you're leaving.
Right.
All right. I got you. I can't tell Ryan, I'll think about it.
Right.
Ryan,
right.
I'm like, all right, fine. Hang up. So now I'm like, oh, well, where's this conversation going to go? I had planned this for the last 3 weeks.
Right. Right.
The next day comes, we go to set up the mics, set up the cameras. My videographer, my homie Gabe, him and I a year prior were in Tulum and ran into Robert Refkin at Rosa Negra. Rosa Negra is a big supper club or a restaurant in Tulum.
Right.
Everybody dances, parties, and ran into Robert Refkin there. Said, what's up?
Wild.
And I was going to start the podcast with, Robert, so great to see you. Last time I saw you was in Tulum at Rosa Negra. We sit down. I sit down. Robert sits down. Gabe, setting up the cameras, comes over. Robert, so good to see you. I was with Steve last year when we ran into it, Rosa Negra in Tulum. He goes, yeah, do not mention that at all. Ever again. And I'm just sitting there
That's your joke.
and now I'm all nervous because first off, it's sometimes I get nervous before shows, and maybe if I drink a little too much coffee before I get leave, a little more jittery. But Ryan totally ixnayed 70% of my plan.
Right.
And then Robert now a minute before ixnays my intro. Now I'm I think I went on ChatGPT and was give me I went to an old prompt. Now I'm interviewing Robert Refkin. Give me an intro.
Yeah.
And just did that. And the interview was all right. I didn't tell him I'm leaving.
Right. Right.
He felt he was just a trained puppet. I don't know.
PR. He knew what the right.
He was a PR trained puppet.
Yes.
Trying to just get through the interview, and the stuff coming out of him was just about the market and the and I'm like, Ryan, Robert, I'm not here to talk about market trends.
Right.
I want to know I know that agents have been leaving quarter after quarter. What are you to say about that?
Right.
And he looks at Gabe behind the camera with what's going on here.
Right.
We got through it, but it was a 15-minute interview.
Wow.
My podcasts are an hour.
Right.
45 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever it is.
Right.
Depending on who I'm interviewing.
Right.
And he gave me 15 minutes. And at the 12-minute mark, we got the tap of the
Oh
tap
my
of the watch.
gosh.
So that interview's over. It's 12:30. At 1 o'clock, I had a meeting one floor up with my sales manager to tell him I'm leaving.
Okay.
So I interview Robert, and then I tell my sales manager I'm out.
Right.
All right, that's great. Now I leave, and an hour later, I get a call, and it's Robert Refkin's right-hand man, and I pick up. Hello, Steve, it's Rory. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of something. Can I call you back in 7 minutes? I hang up. I'm like, fuck, I'm about to get reamed out for getting Robert on the show throwing him curveballs that he wasn't expected for, and then leaving the company. Like, all right, breathe. What are you gonna say?
Right.
I call him back like 15 minutes later. Hey, what's up, Rory? Like, waiting for the who the fuck do you think you are?
Right.
But he's just like, hey, Steve, I spoke to Fritz. I think it was my sales manager. Spoke to Fritz. Like, you can't leave. What can we do for you? Like, where do you know where you're going? Yeah, I'm going to Sirhan. Well, why? I'm like, well, they're a media-based company. It's more my speed. It
Right.
matches perfectly with my business.
Right.
Well, what if we offered you this and this? And it wasn't nothing about having Robert on the show and throwing him curveballs. So that was fun.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. What an experience.
So that was fun. Did that. And then had Ryan on the show. Ryan, I get him on the show. And he was like late for a Zoom because our interview went so late. Like he wasn't even looking at his phone. We were there from like 2 to 3. It's like 3:05. He's like, finally after the show, he was like, oh shoot, I got to go.
Right.
And it was just like a very different experience.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing. So you're happy working with Ryan now, or working for Ryan now?
Beyond.
That's amazing.
Beyond.
That's
like,
amazing.
I don't know what your impression is of Ryan from like seeing him on TV and on like social media, but he's a dude. He's a dude. And like, he's just like a big personality. He's always on point.
Right.
And I've always said his superpower that I've noticed is that he is very good with staying focused. So like if he's talking to somebody, a lot of people, 99% of people talking to somebody, like their eyes might wander to like,
totally.
Like they see something moving and like they look to like someone's walking by. He just like stays focused on somebody and he makes every person that he's speaking to feel like they're important.
Wow.
And that is so important.
Yeah.
In this industry, in any industry, or just in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. That's
amazing. What do
amazing.
you think the biggest change was switching to Ryan or Sirhan?
Being at Sirhan and going from a corporate company like Compass, which has 30,000 plus agents, to a company like Sirhan that just eclipsed 1,000 this past December. I remember
Which is still a lot.
Yeah.
Still a lot, but 30,000. I went back to having what felt like more autonomy.
Okay.
Whereas at Compass, there's a lot of red tape. And something that anybody knows about me, I don't operate well or at all with red tape.
Yeah.
Like it's just not for me. I'm more of a shoot first, ask questions later with everything. And being at Compass, that was like not for me.
Right.
Being at Sirhan, like, could it get me in trouble? Has it? Absolutely. But I'm more about not because like it's like an asshole thing, but it's because I don't want to like not do what I want to do type of thing. Again, not as an asshole thing, but just because I want to be able to like go with my gut.
You know what works with your clients. You know the people. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. And
your experience in this, you have that gut feeling that people who maybe are new at this don't have because you've been doing it for decades.
Right.
Yeah.
And just like anything in life, I believe in just going with your gut. And the older we get and the more further we get with growing our businesses, we see how important going with your gut is. And doing what makes you happy. And that's why I say to everybody, do what makes you happy. Yeah. Because it's not just a saying, it's like it's a way of life. So that is something that being at Compass and being behind all this red tape and now being at Sirhan and being able to learn under Ryan. And so frequently I've always say like, what would Ryan do?
That's awesome.
What would Ryan do in every situation in life? Not every situation in life. A lot of situations in life. What would Ryan do? What would Ryan say here?
That's the mark of a really good boss.
Yeah.
Or a really good manager, someone who's able to make people better.
Or just leader.
Leader. Yeah. Yes, leader. That's what I was looking for.
My many prompts of mine on ChatGPT are situation. What would Ryan respond to this? How Ryan would respond.
Nice.
I've even like
Have you told him that?
I have not, but we could clip this and show it to him.
Yeah, I'll tag him.
I've even like had text with a client where I've screenshotted the text, said to ChatGPT, how would Ryan Sirhan respond to this conversation?
Wow.
And then just upload the photo of the screenshot.
Right.
And it's like awesome.
That's dope. How so? You mentioned using ChatGPT a lot. How has that changed the way that you've gone about doing business in general? Whether it's getting books produced or real estate. Like how does that sort of? Because I know in social media I use it a lot for helping me come up with hooks for content. Like what's your go-to for AI in general?
really everything.
Okay.
So like even with like writing the books, so like I'll write the books, but looking at like a line, let's say there's like a paragraph and I don't like the way that a line reads, I'll even take that line and put it into ChatGPT and say, give me 15 other ways to say this. And I might find one of those 15 might be best, or I might like one of those 15, use it, and then change one of the words in that.
Gotcha.
So a lot with that. I've been trying to shy away from using ChatGPT as much because it takes away from the creativity and the authenticity of sending an email that has a voice.
Yes.
And I can understand when I'm getting an email that doesn't have a voice, and I hate it. I could tell when someone's sending a ChatGPT email. Like I put dashes when I type, and when I put emails, I put dashes. ChatGPT puts dashes on almost everything. Yeah. And I could tell when someone sends me an email from ChatGPT when it has a thick dash.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Then like, I can't respect somebody. Someone connected me with, I don't know if it was maybe a private chef that was pitching me something. And I could tell that the email was from ChatGPT, and I just couldn't take it seriously. Yeah. And I can't take someone seriously that only sends out ChatGPT emails. But do I have it fix things for me? Give me 4 different options, a better way to say this, especially with like sending out for the GOAT series, sending out influencer packages or sending out packages to athletes, needing to send people letters, but my cards are only a certain size. So I might type out what I want to say or type out a prompt that says I want to send a letter to this athlete and about like about how I feel about this athlete. Say this in a form for a card, and then it'll say it too short, shorten it. And then I'll take that, one of the 3 options, and maybe tweak that a bit. So I use it as kind of a writing partner in that sense.
Yeah, it's not doing the writing for you, but it's giving you that little extra tip, like having like an English teacher next to you.
Yeah,
and grammar.
Right. And just like for you guys talking about like using it for hooks, I'd say a big part of it, I hate when people say I'd say, because I am about to say it. Like I use it as something that will help me with just changing a line or 2 here or there and coming up with the hook. And yeah, a lot of like just fun branding ideas.
Can it help in real estate at all? Like, has it ever opened any doors for you? As in, like, maybe it's like, oh, there's this new development that I didn't know about. Like, search the MLS for.
Absolutely. When we get off this podcast, I have a call with a buyer who's interested in, and this is the info that I got. We have a call set up that I'm going to probably be on in the next hour. Okay. And I texted him yesterday, and he wants to tell me about this project that's coming up that he's very interested in. And all right, well, we'll talk tomorrow, but which is the new development that you're interested in? Well, it's the buildings that just got demolished in Gramercy around 20th Street. Okay. I'm interested to know what's going on in the future. I don't know what he's talking about, but I typed into ChatGPT, give me information about the new developments in Gramercy around 20th Street. It fed me a new dev that's gone up, that's already up top. My cousin actually runs the PR for the building at 200 East 20th. I know it's not that. So I say, not this one. There's one that just had buildings demolished. Check NIMBY. So it'll search now on NIMBY.com.
Is NIMBY like a directory?
It's a publication.
Okay.
Check NIMBY, and it's a project that just demolished the buildings. Boom. Oh, this is 38 Gramercy Park North.
Oh, cool.
And it just demolished X, Y, and Z buildings, slated to start building in 2026, and all these articles now about it. That's awesome. Why it's so cool. Right. That they haven't had, no new buildings have gone up in Gramercy Park in over 100 years.
Wow.
So
did a law change or a rule change or something?
No, it was built. Huh. It was built. And in New York, where they're like knocking down buildings to put up other buildings, that's just an area where there aren't these like small mixed-use buildings that could be knocked down.
Right.
But they were able to take a corner space and really do some work. It's crazy in Manhattan. Like you look around, it's a small island. Realistically, it's a small island. And you're like, well, where are they going to keep building? They're already out of space. They just buy this 20-unit building here, and the one next to it, and then the one next to it, and then just knock them all down and put up a condo. They make the space.
How long do you think these new condos last? Like, do you think these are going to be here as long as like the old classic buildings that have been there? Or do you think they get knocked down in 50 years when a new developer comes in and wants to put something else in?
Forever. The new condos are going to be up forever. They're just going to keep knocking down smaller buildings.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So before ChatGPT, you'd have to just manually find these articles, research.
Yeah. You want to know what? Before ChatGPT, I probably would have seeked out other people. Here we go. Before ChatGPT, which I was about to do before I asked ChatGPT about this, I was going to call my cousin who runs the PR for the building right there where they had talked about, because she would know everything. If you're running PR for the neighborhood, you're going to know everything around there. And if not calling my cousin, Agency Esta, that's her PR agency. She works with a lot of high-end real estate firms. If I was going to call her, I'd call another broker that I know who works predominantly in that area. And I would ask them because they would know all the information.
Gotcha.
Whereas like they come to me as an expert, but it's hard to be an expert at everything. You know, working in real estate, people think like, oh, well, if you find a good investment with a 8% cap, let me know. Like, I don't do much of that. Or like, oh, I'm looking for new developments in Manhattan and in Brooklyn. Like, you're in real estate. You should know about that. But like, it's hard to be a master of everything.
Right. Because everything's so specialized. What do you say your day-to-day, like average sort of listing is? Are you mainly selling, mainly buying? Is it condos? Is it store space? Like, I have no idea. Like, what
I am super hybrid.
Okay.
So a hybrid agent is very, 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 very uncommon. I do commercial leasing. I do office leasing, retail leasing, and then I do residential sales, residential leasing. So I literally do everything across the board.
Wow.
Because I've learned it all. I remember my first opportunity in commercial real estate. I had a friend who owned a cafe. It was called Boris and Horton. It was a dog cafe in the East Village, and they wanted to expand.
Right.
So my friend told me, like, hey,
like dog friendly.
Oh yeah.
Or it was like a bad cafe, like dog. Okay.
No,
yeah,
dog friendly.
Gotcha,
so dogs could be off leash in the cafe.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And my friend Logan had hit me up because her and her husband were looking for a new apartment. And while looking at new apartments, she was like, we're actually looking for a second location. So I was like, listen, I'm going to help you. But I'm telling you right now, if I tell you I want to show you something, I'm only going to show you something where you're going to walk in and you're going to look at me and say, whoa, this is it. Or you're going to say, whoa, this is almost it.
Right.
Commercial real estate agents, they will show you anything under the sun. And a lot of agents in New York for rentals will show you anything under the sun. If you tell an agent, I want a 1-bedroom up to 4K in the East Village, a lot of these agents will just literally do a swipe of everything, even if one is 300 square feet and the bed doesn't even fit in the bedroom because it look 1 bedroom, 4K, and they just waste people's time. I'm not a time waster. I like to work smarter, not harder, as most people should. So I told Logan, I'm going to do this for you. And because she said, she's like, we're not looking to hire anyone exclusively. I'm like, there's no reason you should trust me yet. I'm going to earn your trust. Sure enough, earn their trust.
That's awesome.
And everything I showed her was like almost. And then they landed on something in late 2019.
Okay.
So late 2019, they found something they loved. So I was canvassing. I wasn't just online. I would get on my electric scooter and I'd go up a block, down a block, up a block, down a block. And I'm looking for 4 rent signs. I'm looking for stuff that looks like it's empty inside, and I'm peeking in and I'm trying to get information. Found the perfect location for them. Finally got to the point where they wanted to put in an offer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And first offer, and I go to my boss at the time, I'm like, hey, can you help me with this letter of intent? And he was like, not very helpful. So what did I do? I went on Amazon and I ordered commercial leasing for dummies. And I'm now sitting in the pool that summer. This was, summer 2019. Yeah, we started looking summer 2019. And I'm in the pool reading and highlighting commercial leasing for dummies.
This was with the first company you were at.
This was at Level Group before I even went to Compass.
Where you were doing everything.
Yeah. And I'm learning how to be a commercial real estate agent.
Wow.
Floating around the pool reading Commercial Leasing for Dummies, and then just plugging what I'm learning into my client, into the deal, and hoping that my bosses at the time at Level Group would help me.
Right.
They did not.
You probably didn't know.
They did. Commercial leasing was their specialty.
Oh,
but if
okay.
you remember what I told you about Level Group, they were very hands off.
Yeah.
Even though they pitched that we're here to help you with commercial leasing, with anything you need, because I had a big deal on the table. This was I don't know. This might have been like an $80,000 commission. They didn't want their small percentage. If they were going to really help me, they wanted a bigger percentage. So now they're trying to walk backwards on our contract, saying that they want X amount of dollars.
If they're going to aid.
If they're going to eat?
Aid.
Oh, if they're going to aid. Yes.
Yeah.
If they're going to aid, they want to eat more.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it got to the point, I remember one time I was having this like heated argument with my boss at the time in his office. I remember sitting there in his office and he says, listen, I'm going to have to call the client and tell them that we can't help you with this, that they have to do it. I go, I'm telling you right now, if you call that fucking client, you're going to have a problem.
Right.
You're not the attorney of this partnership. You should probably call your partner and know that if you call my client right now and you do anything detrimental to this deal, you're going to have a fucking problem. And I walked out of the room and he comes over and he grabs me and he brings back in. He apologized. And I don't remember what happened after that,
Right.
but I won.
That's
They
awesome.
helped me and yada, yada, yada. The client ends up signing and getting the space.
Nice.
We sign leases. I want to say like February 17th, 2020.
Okay. Right.
February
right
17th,
before, yeah, somebody said put that
2020.
Together. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
My first commercial deal.
Wow.
February 17th, 2020, Michael Jordan's birthday. And a month,
One of the GOATs?
And a month later,
That's wild. Yeah. Literally a month
shut
later.
down.
Wow.
So they're like, we're not spending over $500,000 building out this indoor facility cafe for dogs.
Right.
We don't know if the end is in sight. So 6 months go by, which is their free rent period. They
Right.
don't do a thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck it, take the keys back.
Wow.
We're out. So
Wow.
I had gotten like 1/3 of my paycheck. Because in
Right.
commercial real estate, like it's usually either structured now where you get 1/3 at lease signing, 1/3 when the free rent expires, and then another third like a few months after that, or it's 1/2 when the lease sign, and then the next half when their free rent expires.
Right.
And all my commercial deals now, I either get everything at least everything. I won't do the third deal
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's I either get everything at lease signing or half at lease signing.
Is that because of this deal that happened?
Oh yeah, I will never do the third. I will only, and end of the day with doing the first check off the bat, and then when
Right.
their lease expires, the issue, the next lease that they signed, because after COVID, now we're back at it looking at more spaces.
Right.
We signed on a new space.
Right.
Actually, the week that my son was born August 1st, 2022.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
My son was born. I closed the biggest deal of my life, which was a $9.5 million carriage house, and closed the biggest commercial deal of my life, which was this Boris and Horton deal.
Wow.
But I got them 16 free months. So the first half of the paycheck came at lease signing, and the next one wasn't set to come for 16 months.
Wow. Wow.
So that's commercial real estate. And
Jeez.
being hybrid, being
Yeah.
able to have deals like that where
Right.
checks come in 16 months from now, but then on the residential side where I'm doing everything in the now,
Right.
it keeps balls always in the air.
Wow. Wow. Well, hey, shoot. If you ever come to Philly and start doing some stuff in Philly, let us know because we're always looking for some real estate.
We're in real estate. Sirhan's here.
Shoot. Okay.
Sirhan's
Well, I want you
here.
specifically. I don't want Ryan.
Oh.
I don't want Ryan. Get Ryan out of here. Get his other agents out of here. I just want Steve.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I
Definitely.
appreciate that.
One thing I noticed about you when you're talking, one, you're passionate about what you do, which is very important. But also, there's passion, there's care, but you do a lot of research into everything that you do. Whether it's the books and it's the people that you're talking about, or it's the deals that you're doing and the spaces and the fact that you actually canvas and went around. Like, that's really cool, and that's rare to find. And I think it's why you're as successful as you are, because you're willing to go that extra step. Like in the same way the goats go the extra step. You know, they have that sort of that thing that kind of that holds them back a little bit, but then they spend that extra hour. Every day they're putting in extra work. That's really cool, man. I'm just trying to compliment. I don't really have any question after that.
I appreciate that, but I'll piggyback on that. But that's all learned.
Okay.
You learn that. You learn that by screwing up. You learn that by, like I was talking about before, you learn that by rushing. And you learn what works by doing. So if being more careful, and like nowadays, it's like very easy to be careful. It's very easy to research and go into things with more information. By doing that, you are better. People respect you more. And not just people respect you more, it shows that you respect them more. Because empathy is probably the most important thing. And what's a better way to be empathetic with somebody than understanding where they're coming from?
Right.
That's kind of the crux of empathy, is understanding your peers and understanding the person you're dealing with or working with, whatever the case may be. So learning more and being just more knowledgeable about what you're doing goes a long way. And it goes hand in hand with also educating younger people on coming up in the business, or any business for that matter. And that's why I love educating, because I want people to not make the mistakes I made. I want people to learn now. So like anytime like any kid asks me for advice, first thing I do, I always give a book recommendation. You always want to give a book recommendation.
What's your usual book recommendation?
Never Split the Difference.
Oh, that's a great one.
I'm reading it right now for probably like the 20th time.
That's awesome.
Maybe not 20, maybe like 12 or 13. But it's
still a lot.
It is a lot, but like I'm telling you right now, haven't read it in maybe a year, and the stuff that I'm like soaking into my head from reading it right now again, just it's a cheat code for life. It's a cheat code for life.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I really want to. I know. Stop me if you can't say anything about this, but I really want to know about this $9.5 million deal. What was that like?
So, fast forward to February 2022. Fast forward to February 2022. I started working with a partner at the time. Who it is, name doesn't matter. But we had brought this listing to market, and I wanted to blow this out of the fucking water.
Was it like an apartment or a
this
condo
was
or?
This was an 1829 carriage house that had been gut renovated.
Wow.
Where?
In the West Village, 29 Downing Street.
Wow.
This was a carriage house that was previously owned by Aaron Burr. You know Aaron Burr? The guy who shot at Hamilton?
Okay. I didn't.
Aaron Burr, sir?
I was nodding as if I knew, but I wasn't totally sure.
But now you know who I'm talking about.
No, I know who you're talking about. Yes.
So, carriage house previously owned by Aaron Burr,
Wow.
gut renovated, and I want to do this marketing like no one has ever seen. So,
How do you get a deal like that? How do you
Is this the biggest one to date? Like,
yeah.
you haven't. Okay.
I wish I've had bigger deals since then. I've worked on making bigger deals, but 9.5 million is pretty big.
That's huge.
That's pretty big.
Dude,
but it's crazy being at Sirhan, like 9.5, while it's big, like it doesn't like, it just feels like a drop in the bucket. Cause like, that's another thing. And we'll get back to this. That's another thing about working at Sirhan. Everybody's doing shit.
Yeah.
And going from Compass to a smaller company, like Sirhan's like the fucking NWO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the NWO where like the legends of the last 10 years all got together and they're doing the dopest shit, and
That's
everybody's jealous.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like being at Sirhan. It's awesome. And if like you met everybody, or well, a lot of people, like it's a similar vibe.
It's like friendly competition. Like you look at your peers.
Yeah, and everybody
they're doing big things, so you have to do big things.
Yeah, and like the energy and the success is infectious. And it's great to be around that. So, get this listing, and how can I blow this the fuck up? The goal for getting listings out, especially something this super dope, is eyeballs. Eyeballs. Who am I talking to? Fucking eyeballs.
Yeah.
So I bring in Eric Conover.
Nice. Yep.
I bring in Eric Conover to do a video.
That's sick.
We do a tour, and then I have Drone Hub, who's now Blank Media.
Okay.
we do a video it was an afterthought.
So you're getting huge people to come in and promote this huge.
I'm getting this is at no cost to me. I'm getting the largest apartment tour guy in the country, maybe in the world, to come tour this. He's bringing in the #1 lifestyle apartment tour media company in to shoot it. Not on my dime.
That's amazing.
And then after we do the shoot, I had a buddy of mine who came in his R8. We were like, let's shoot a video. They were just like, we're all done. We're like, let's shoot a cool reel. My buddy takes his R8, comes down the block. The drone is just following him. And we did it where he drives the R8 into the house. The cameraman like follows the car in, does a loop, comes back. While it's doing the loop, he hops out. I come in. I jump in the car. I pop out like I was driving it in. I'm like, what's up? Pops out. That video gets tens of millions of views.
Without any kind of like, you didn't put any ad spend behind it?
Well, I didn't have the reach for tens of millions of views.
Okay.
But Drone Hub did.
Right.
Drone Hub.
That's amazing.
So this actually for like almost 2 years, over 2 years, was their most viewed video.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I'm getting like notifications for the next like year and a half where all these other accounts are reposting and tagging me, just reposting, putting like different music behind it, like different countries. So like the captions aren't even in English.
Right.
And it just went insanely viral.
Right.
I was on a plane from New York to DMV and full flight, only empty seat is between me and the kid next to me. He's a Georgetown law student, no social media. He's telling me what he does. I tell him what I do. And I show him this video that just went pretty viral. He goes, oh, I saw that the other day. My girlfriend showed me that. Kid doesn't have social media.
That's
random guy on a
wild.
plane. And he's seen it. So now, and also shout out Nehemiah. Like, love the kid. This is now years later. We still keep in touch. Great kid. But the buyer who came in to purchase this $9.5 million home came in because they saw the video on
Instagram?
TikTok.
TikTok. Wow.
Their kids probably showed it to them.
TikTok. It was a kid. So the person who ended up buying it, I'm not going to say what company they own, but the house was, the first floor was zoned for commercial.
Okay.
So you can't put a retail store, but you could have an office or a showroom.
Nice.
It was zoned for commercial, and then there was a duplex on top, backyard with a big fire pit.
Right.
I think I've seen this video now that you're describing the house. I'm sure I have. Yeah.
Probably with the R8 driving in, super dope. The buyer came in because they saw the video on TikTok.
Wow.
Now, crazy. The people who are going to live in this $9.5 million home are a Pace student, an NYU student, and then the parents are going to use the commercial space as their showroom.
Wow.
But to backtrack on the, staying focused, working hard, common themes throughout the GOAT books. I do a lot of content, and it gets very draining. You guys could probably attest.
Totally.
I know you could attest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And looking at not the small wins, but the grand slams, it shows that it's worth it.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
you got to keep at it and just keep doing it. Because even though I don't know what your view counts are at, but let's say, this 1,000 views, but that you're going to have the next video could be 1 million views.
Right.
Because you keep at it. And I keep at it and I keep doing what I'm doing because I know that the grand slams are there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. I feel like I kind of want to end on that because that's like a perfect way to end it. But I also like, is there anything else that we should throw in before? Because I really, that was such a good like, I love it, man. This has been a blast. I've really enjoyed this, man. You got to come back next time you're in Philly or next time we're in New York.
Have you been to Philly before? Or is this,
Yeah.
I mean, we're neighboring cities.
The last time I was in Philly, I texted you when I left, was for the last time I was in Philly was for the ALA, the American Librarian Association conference.
Okay.
Like tens of thousands of librarians from around the country flock into Philly for like a 4-day event. I did not fit in.
Were you there for something?
It was the week after Fanatics Fest. Fanatics Fest to get a booth.
Yeah.
$3,000.
Okay. How big of a booth? Like 10 by 10, 5 by 10?
Fanatics Fest to get a booth. I didn't reach out to them until 2 months before Fanatics Fest. And they're like, there are no booths available. You're reaching out 2 months before the event. Like, kind of the tone was like, what are you, crazy? And my response was, no. Our company's goal for 2025 is to have a booth at Fanatics Fest. How can we make this happen?
Right.
Gets back to me a little over a week later. All right. Well, we could make space on not the main floor, but on this floor.
Nice.
By they call it the auto zone, by the autographs. And you could, pick from these 2 slots. And it'll only be $2,000 for a 10x10 instead of $3,000 because you're kind of in a shafted area.
Right.
Awesome. Sign me up. Send me the paperwork. Let's lock this in before you change your mind. They send it to me. I send them the signed document. They get back to me 5 days later. Steve, X, Y, and Z just backed out. Do you want a spot on the main floor?
Wow.
But it's $3,000 instead of $2,000. Like,
right.
I thought it was gonna be $10,000.
Yeah.
Like, and I was literally in the middle. Like my spot was like in the middle. So for $3,000, you get like a table, you get you get chairs, you get stuff. At the American Librarian Association, for a 10x10, it's $3,000, but you get a slab of concrete. They don't give you anything.
Wow.
They just give you a space. So I looked into getting a booth there. I've never done it before. So I was like, I'm not spending money. Like, I don't have the money to spend. Like, this isn't like, I'm not just pouring money into this. I'm trying to be smart about it. Like, I already just spent, I don't know, all in all, Fanatics Fest probably cost me like $6-7 all in.
Sense, yeah.
Between like everything.
Totally.
So I go and I have a tote bag, a bunch of books, and I'm walking around and I'm just like kind of defeated because none of these librarians want to talk to me. I don't know how to talk to any of these librarians. And
do you talk quietly?
Decimal system. That's the language to speak.
It's like the sports world. It didn't feel like it resonated with any of them.
Right.
It was like, what? Why?
You should do a GOAT librarian book.
I should do a GOAT librarian. Well, that's where like I think thinkers would like resonate with them. So I go to Terminal Station, get some lunch, come back because it was at the convention center.
Okay. Yep.
I come back.
I've never heard of this convention once in my entire life. That's such a crazy.
Same.
Tens of thousands.
That's nuts.
And they have like a huge award ceremony.
Is it a quiet award ceremony? Like, are they like?
It's loud.
Oh, okay.
And
Shoot.
they got
to get all that noise out.
Oh
because
my God.
That makes sense.
So I come back and I kind of got this like new energy. I ate but now I'm talking to one distributor and they're like explaining to me, yeah, wait, these librarians, they don't make decisions. You need to talk to distributors. Distributors distribute to the libraries.
Right.
So this distributor is like, oh, this is awesome. You should talk to that distributor. So now I make a connection with that distributor. And now like I have this one distributor who looks, he goes, I could sell the shit out of this. And I'm like, great. I'm now geeking. I'm like, thank God I didn't drive home at lunchtime.
Right.
So that was a great connection.
That's amazing.
And then just like walking around and like meeting more people and understanding how the business works. By now not trying to focus on, I thought I was going to talk to these librarians, now talking to the publishers.
Yeah.
And the distributors and talking to those people instead of talking to the librarians, I got a lot more out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes total sense. That's wild. So did you make any connections there that have really now, time later, have really turned into something big that you've...
None.
Really?
None.
I mean, that seems to be the case. Like,
But you never know. Like,
you never know.
Could pop
None.
up in the future.
Exactly. And you want to know what? On my podcast, I ask everybody at the end to give me one word of advice.
Ooh.
And Ryan Serhan's word of advice is always follow up, follow up, follow up. So what do you think I do? I keep following up. And maybe the distributor who said he's going to sell the shit out of these books, maybe they'll get back to me. At that point, maybe I'm not going to be for them.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. We had a similar situation where we spent money on this booth to go to this, I guess it was like a streetwear convention called Agenda was this the Las Vegas one, or I'm talking about Zoomies? Zoomies.
It was Vegas, yeah.
Vegas.
Zoomies convention.
No,
it was called Agenda. It's
was
for
called
like
Agenda.
streetwear companies.
It was for brands, so buyers
Industry
go.
only.
Exactly. Yeah, buyers go. And because it was after COVID, like maybe a year or two after COVID, there was not many people there. But then a couple brands started walking over, talking to us, and one of them was Zoomies, and they came and talked to us, and we're like, oh my gosh, we might be in Zoomies. Nothing. And we followed up everything. Nothing. And we went to, there was like this concert that they had afterwards. It was sponsored by the event. We hung out with them in this tent. Like we thought this is done deal. Like we're in. And then what was it? Like 2 years later, we got this email, complete, like people we didn't meet, no one.
Would you want to sell your product in Zoomies?
And it's like the kind of thing where it's like we had no idea, that we just thought it was done. And we followed up a couple times, but we kind of were like, you know what, it's fine, whatever. Now, to be fair, we're not in Zoomies anymore. But for that year that we were in Zoomies, it was a great story.
That's what's up. Would you say Zoomies would be like when you first started the brand?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say Zoomies would have been on your like list of retailers where you're like, this is an accomplishment?
It was definitely an accomplishment.
It's still an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's
even though we're not there.
Yeah, it wasn't like, it didn't, in terms of brand. It wasn't the exact retailer that we were thinking of when we were getting into retailers, but it was a huge national chain. We've been all over the country.
Yeah, they have 700 locations.
Like I walked in, I was with my friend Tom, who's also a friend of yours. We walked into the Zoomies on, I think it was Broadway, and I saw my socks just sitting there. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's dope.
Zoomies on 13th and Broadway.
Yeah, yeah.
To be in there, that's like also like foot traffic up the wazoo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And for you, that's also good with just brand association and brand recognition.
Absolutely.
So to piggyback on that, at Fanatics Fest, who comes to the booth?
That's
Tom
cool.
Brady?
No, I wish it was Tom
Oh.
Brady. I just happened to grab the Tom Brady book.
Michael Jordan?
No. The director of digital from Kith.
No
Oh,
way.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
So the director of digital from Kith comes over, and his kids are named after Michael Jordan and Derek Jeter.
Wow.
So I had seen them the year prior when I was still working on just the Jordan book. And I'm showing on my phone his sons what has been created already of the Jordan book.
Right.
And on my phone. That's it. And I spent Fanatics Fest 2024 walking around like, my booth would be great there. Oh my God, it'd be so good over here. I want to be here next year.
Right.
Like it was a dream from the
Yeah.
year prior when I just had PDFs on my phone. So they come to the booth on the opening day, and Derek is like looking through the Jordan book. And I'm like, these would be awesome in Kith, right? He goes, yeah. I'm like, tell him, Dad, these should be in Kith.
That's
I like-
awesome.
So I followed up,
Mhm.
and like, listen, you can't just get into Kith just because like
Yeah.
you know somebody, just because he said, so connects me with the head buyer.
Mhm.
I send them samples, hits me up. He's like, these are great. I think they're going to put in like an order for, I don't know, a dozen to like just test them out.
Yeah.
Sends me a pretty nice order. Like, this is much bigger than I expected.
That's awesome.
6 weeks later, put in a second order.
Wow.
So they're moving.
They're moving. The first order they just put at the flagship Kith Kids store on Bleecker moved like crazy.
That's crazy.
And then the second order, 6 weeks later, they sent out to other stores. And I know that the one in the Kith Kids in Dumbo has, my buddy sent me a video from there yesterday. They have 2 Brady books left.
Wow.
So, exactly. So, like, someone's like, oh, well, which sells the best? And it all depends on where you are.
Yeah.
So, apparently, in Brooklyn, in a touristy area, the Tom Brady book to tourists
Right.
has been selling really well.
Right.
And I know for me, my bestseller online is Jordan,
Right.
followed by Messi, and then Brady and Serena.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really all a matter of where you are,
Yeah.
and of who it's going to resonate with.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so got into Kith within 3 weeks
That's
of launching.
Awesome.
Nuts.
But that's the thing. It's like, it kind of, not to like say I'm LeBron, but like, it's kind of like when LeBron was 17 and they're like, you're the king. Like, getting into Kith within 3 weeks of launching the business.
That's
It
amazing.
was like, if you would have asked me 3 weeks before that, like, hey, what are like top 3 stores you'd love to see your books in? Kith would probably be top 3, maybe number
Absolutely.
1.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
Probably
Barnes.
the coolest.
Yeah, fuck
stores.
Barnes and Nobles. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean Kith?
Kith is sick.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool, man. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, and now we just got to get the Mikey the Goat,
Let's
the Goat
go.
stuffies.
Is
I
that
love
his
that.
name?
Yeah.
Mikey.
So with not getting sued, I can't put their names on anything other than the biographies,
Gotcha.
because the way that it works.
I wanted to ask. So these are You're allowed to use these names because these are.
Yes. So I could write a biography about Seth Fowler. I could create biographies with their name on it, but I can't do like the adventures of Serena Williams and do like an adventures of Serena Williams book because that's using her likeness to push a business. Whereas a biography is just a biography. So when looking at like this, it's Mikey the GOAT, 1996.
Nice.
Mikey the GOAT, 1984. So I can't have Michael Jordan the GOAT stuffy. It's just Mikey the GOAT.
Got it.
And like any
sense.
merch. So like I have merch that I made that just says like the GOAT with like the Brady character, the Jordan character, the Serena character, the Messi character. And I can't do like Michael Jordan the GOAT with the character on it.
That makes sense.
So the name could only be on, and I have an IP attorney, which paying attorneys sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But you do it so that you don't have to pay more on the back end.
Yep. 100%. Yeah. Well, really quick before we go, I want to give you a gift.
Hey.
You may already know some of what's in it because you were here when we packed it, but this is some of our the best and the brightest. No, I'm not the same one.
No.
You both have that.
You both have that hat. Yeah. Shout out to Tom. He's in the background. Future episode guest.
Let's go.
Let's go. Looking good, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro. Let's go.
Bro, with the lettuce in the back.
Let's go.
I
wish
just
I had
chopped
the
off
lettuce.
like 8 inches of my hair.
It looks good, man. So that is a small for your wife.
She's going to love that.
There you go. We got orange. You were saying something about orange earlier. So like, let's throw it in. That one's completely sold out.
Orange camo.
Orange camo.
Yep. Did you know I was a camo guy?
I didn't, but
Almost
it's
wore camo
orange.
pants today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. We got
dope.
That's an ocean-smelling car freshener.
I will put this on.
Let's go. And it's
I'll
funny
get
because every time I go to McDonald's, the lady is like, "You still haven't taken down that sock smell from your car?" And I'm like, "It smells like ocean. What are you talking about, lady?" Should know what she's talking about.
These are dope.
Which ones are those? Those are the those
I
are
gotta rip this
the
open.
black and tan. Let's go from the varsity collection.
Oh, this is going to be my new favorite.
Let's go.
Yeah, these are definitely my new favorite.
Let's go.
Sick.
And then that's travel themed one. That's got a
stamps.
yep.
Amazing.
Yeah, there may also be
Oh!
there's a sneaker wipe for your pleasure.
Yeah, you want to know what? I use one of these. I use one of my APTHCRY. I don't use them that often.
Right, well,
but
yeah.
I did use my APTHCRY one before I left before I walked out of the apartment this morning.
Nice. Let's go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say your 11's looking very
you
fresh.
knew
Yes,
coming here.
I
Yes.
knew I was coming here. And then also I wanted to wear my Carolina blue clicks
Let's
hottest
go.
on the block, and this to match the
course.
bath books and to match the packaging for the books.
Let's go. Well, Steve, it's been a pleasure having you, man. Seriously, thank you so much.
Fellas.
I really appreciate it. Guys, please make sure to check out not only the GOAT series, but Steve on social media. I'll make sure to link his podcast. I'll make sure to link his books. I'll make sure to link his just personal social media down in the show notes if you're listening to this, or on YouTube if you're watching this. Seriously, thank you so much. We got to have you back, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Glad to be here, and I'd love to come back. Anything to bring me to Philly.
Yeah, let's do it. Awesome, man. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.